I really just wanted to make a quick video because I get this question a lot, is sort of why blood pressure medication isn't really fixing you and what actually will. Okay. Now, now medication, it doesn't fix blood pressure. Okay. It hides it and it papers over the root cause. Okay. And if your BP is still high or it's maybe creeping back up, you're not you're not getting better, right? You're actually getting worse underneath in the underlying issue. Now, some of the side effects. Let me run through these for you. Okay. Now, these effects can chronically, damage you long term. Such as low testosterone, type 2 diabetes, swelling in the legs, especially the ankles, in the face. You get sort of a bit puffy, a bad cough. You can get headaches. Again, it depends on each person, but these can be quite severe. Low sex drive. They wreck your gut health. Okay. Your liver. They sap your energy. Just multiple things, guys. Okay. Now, ultimately, that is just taking years off of your life. Think about it. Energy away from your kids, holding you back from productivity in your career, your business. Okay. And that's leading you into a very slow decline. Okay. Now, here's the thing, most men I speak to, I've spoken to over maybe 5,000 plus guys now on this exact topic, right? I mean, you're probably doing everything you've been told to do, like taking Ramapril, that's a usual suspect, amlodipine, you've cut out salt, doing a little bit of cardio, okay? But yeah, their blood pressure is still high, right? Energy is crashing down, and deep down, they know and something isn't quite right, but you kind of bury your head. You kind of bury your head in the sand and just soldier through. That's what men do, right? So then what happens? The dose gets increased. Okay. Or let's add another medication. Okay. And then that medication gives you a different symptom. Okay. And then you have to take another medication to fix that symptom. Okay. I've spoken to some guys that are taking, it really annoys me. I've spoken to so many guys that are taking 7, 8, 9, up to 10 different medications. And for some reason, people call that progress, right? It's not progress. It's management. Okay. Your decline is being managed. Okay. Now, here's what kind of no one explains to you as well. This is what you have to really understand. High blood pressure is not a heart problem. It's a metabolic dysfunction problem, meaning your arteries are inflamed, blood pressure obviously gets high because of that. Your blood's thicker than most people's. Your body is under constant internal stress. Okay. Now here's the issue. Medication won't fix that. Okay. It just forces your blood pressure down artificially. Okay. Well, the actual problem, it keeps getting worse underneath the sort of underlying issue. Right. And that's why you feel tired. Your libido drops, performance declines. And over time, you rely on it more and more. Okay. It's like you're not how to put it, you're not fixing the fire. You're almost just saying, I'm going to turn the alarm off and ignore it. And that's what most men do. Right. Now, the men who actually reverse this on the flip side do something completely different. Okay. They they're not guessing. Okay. They don't rely on generic advice. Okay. They identify what's driving that blood pressure in their body. But because from one man to another, it could be insulin resistance. From another, it could be chronic stress, poor sleep. And for another, it could be low testosterone, inflammation, under-muscled, a lot of visceral fat. Same symptom, but completely different causes. Okay, that sort of makes sense. But that's why most people fail. Okay. What we need to do instead is really, really simple. Okay. Now, you have to run a full blood panel. Okay. To look at the root cause. All right. Now, after that panel is run, it's obviously a very comprehensive one, 90 to 100 different markers. Okay. And then using things like a specific strength training, medically designed probe. Okay. Which improves blood flow, nitric oxide. They need to rebuild your nutrition. Okay. Based on those markers. Okay. Fix the internal environment, driving the pressure high. This is how you go from markers in the 140s, the 150s, 160s, even obviously some guys at 190, which is astronomical. Okay. You can do that within weeks and months. This doesn't take years. Okay. And this is all without guessing, without relying on meds long term. Okay. Um, and just on that same topic, here's what's also no one else sort of tell you. Okay. All those tests that you're doing, the doctor referrals that you're getting sent to, okay, they're designed to find structural problems, like blockages, damages, disease. Yeah. All those CT scans and heart scans, they don't do anything. Okay. They're not designed to find why your blood is thick, why your arteries are inflamed, why your body is under constant internal stress. Okay. So, of course, those tests, the doctor said, they come back normal. Okay. Because you're looking in the wrong place. High blood pressure is not a scan problem. A scan is not going to tell you if you have high blood pressure or not. It's an underlying metabolic problem. And medication, okay, it doesn't fix it. Okay, it just forces the numbers down. While the real issue keeps building underneath internally. And that's why over time, your dose increases, more meds get added, and your body becomes dependent and you decline even slower. Okay, so stop chasing surface level answers and stop just doing random tests, hoping something shows up. It's the easy way out. All right, instead, go deeper, run comprehensive blood work, okay, comprehensive panel, okay, not just the crappy stuff that you do in the GP. They do 10 basic markers. And by the way, this is the bit that really pisses me off is you do your markers, your 10 to 15 different ones, very basic, and they come back. I mean, you won't even speak to anyone. They might just send you a text or an email, or for them to say, yes, all good, let's keep an eye on it and come back in a few months and we'll take a look at it. Okay. Without giving you the answer that you're looking for. Why is my blood pressure high? Okay. Now, I hope this all makes sense as think about it. Big pharma and the high blood pressure medication industry, it's 17 to $20 billion a year in the industry. Okay. That itself should tell you why you need to do your absolute best to avoid meds if you want a long-term healthy lifestyle and get that longevity that you should have, get that energy back and stop the decline after 40. Okay. And now any questions on this, you can just comment down below or you can private message me on Instagram. Happy to answer any questions and listen a little bit more about your story and figure out from all those things that I mentioned, which one could potentially be the one you need to fix. All right. Take care. Appreciate it.